days ago, I created a survey for the community to answer some questions for me, and one of it was, who's your favorite streamer to watch or VTuber? Not everyone, but a lot of people said Neuro and Vedal Neuro. So I don't know a lot about Neuro, but I know that she has two versions, right? There's like the Neuro, and then there's like almost like an evil Neuro that Vedal created. She's like really sweet, but sometimes says like some crazy stuff because she's, AI. That's kind of all I know so far. Yeah, I wanted to watch a video on her, and this one came up. It's how Neuro-sama took over Twitch and Osu. I didn't know she plays Osu, but maybe she's like a god Osu player as well. So we're gonna check this one out. You ready?
Did you think that this can turn into her? This VTuber gained notoriety when she started playing Osu. Got good enough to play Osu top players 15 versus 1, then learned the ability to harass anyone she collaborates with. This is the VTuber known as Neuro-sama. However, Neuro-sama is far different from every other VTuber. There isn't a person behind her personality. Rather, she is controlled by the wonders of AI. This simple, yet huge difference is what separates Neuro-sama from her peers, and is the main contributor to her massive rise. She can learn how to improve at the game she plays, interact with her viewers while doing so, and even do a lot of other things thanks to the wonders of technology.
This is still not fair. She can play like that and read chat and speak.
Every day, I imagine a future where
I didn't know Neuro sings. Neuro sings as well.
with you.
Yeah, we're too far.
She does everything.
The rise of Neuro-sama is nothing short of incredible. But from the early days, Neuro-sama was not intended to become like this.
Okay.
So, how did we get here?
What is the most degenerate thing I have done? Well, I killed about 20 people the other day.
What?
I guess that was pretty degenerate.
Even though we're talking about AI, it still does have its limitations. Of course, it's impossible for AI to truly act like human beings, but one thing you can do right now that Neuro-sama can't is use a phone. Meanwhile, you probably learned how to use a phone several years ago. More than 70% of all views on YouTube come from mobile devices, but you should 100% use your phone to play Raid Shadow Legends, the sponsor of this video. We've already seen this game numerous times all over YouTube, and instead of crowding you with what everyone already knows, let's talk about some cool things you might expect when you play. First of all, the gameplay has a lot of substance. Every single interaction between the hundreds of champions sitting by your side and the numerous enemies you have to overcome
can I do
involves
jump
a lot of
attack
strategy,
in this
whether you're
game?
playing the game casually or trying to become the absolute
Can
strongest player in
I,
the game. Not to
people
mention, this game
roll?
is filled to the brim with so much content, you'll never run out of things to do. In fact, there are so many things to do in the game, I
And
can't
I have an
possibly list them
anchor
all in
as a
such short amount of
weapon.
time. Aside
I have
from collecting and customizing more than 650 unique champions, you can fight in the arena, take on the campaign, or my personal favorite, you can test your mettle in
Is
your
Shadow-
Doom Tower. This tower is like a
this game
gigantic
a
prison, and if you want to
turn-based
conquer this
game?
tough challenge and make your way to the top, you're going to need your strongest
Raid
champions to take
Shadow
on the
Legend.
difficult
Never
bosses,
heard
as
of
well as
this.
your best strategies. From now until May 15th, Raid is going on an egg hunt. With your phone, you can go on a grand adventure and win some crazy prizes. If you can
It's a
find the hidden
gacha
egg in
game?
the dragon's lair,
Oh.
you can win in-game rewards as well as Amazon
Okay, if
gift
it's a
cards worth up
gacha
to
game, then I understand
$20,000.
why there's so much
To get
ads for
started,
this.
head over to egghunt.playrium.com, enter your player
Don't
ID,
fall
and
for it.
journey through the flaming portal to get started on your egg hunt. With all this new content, download Raid Shadow Legends by clicking the links down below or
It's
scanning
just,
my QR
I've
code to
seen
get some
so many ads for this that at this point I'm like, maybe I give it a go. And I form my own opinion about the game.
some insane bonuses such as energy refills, skill tomes, XP boosters, and the new epic champion Drake. So what are you waiting for? Scan the QR code or click the links in the description to get your adventure started today. And thank you to Raid for
Should
sponsoring
we
this
scan
video.
that?
Meet Vedal987, or Vedal as Neuro-sama pronounces it.
Professional turtle developer, level 5 certified hacker, made and abandoned archive, creator of Neuro-sama, AI VTuber on Twitch.
He
The
has been
turtle.
developing things with AI since a very young age, and one day he decided to start a new project. He decided that he was going to make a bot that was going to learn how to play the rhythm game Osu, and in 2018, he got to work and started developing it. The goal for the bot is simple. It was going to play Osu, and with the wonders of AI, it was going to slowly learn and get better as time progresses. Vedal set out to do just that, which of course took a lot of effort. It was a long time coming, and it came with some challenges as well as some struggle. But after a few months, the early stages of the bot were finished. We got our first public look at the bot in May 2019 when Vedal streamed the bot's gameplay on Twitch.
2019. He was doing this 6 years ago. And also, I don't know how hard this is to make as like an AI that can do this. In my head, I'm like, well, there's like a program that's running the game. So if you know what that is, but then if it's actually not doing, doesn't have a access to what the game's gonna show, but it's responding to the screen like a human would, then that's more impressive. I don't know how difficult or like how this works as a person who doesn't know anything about programming or AI stuff, but that's crazy he did that.
And the bot soon gained a decent following. Now, the idea of automated Osu play was nothing new. In fact, with the auto mod in-game, you get a fully automated play of whatever song you choose, albeit with one main difference. The auto mod gives a completely perfect playthrough of the song, at least most of the time. 100% accuracy with no flaws is to be expected, which is what the name and description of the mod imply. Conversely, with Vedal's bot, it is far from perfect, but it has the ability to learn and improve over time. The improvement of the bot was where the appeal came from, because you truly didn't know what it would do next or how good it would become. And this appeal was strong enough to have the bot stream to a growing audience. The project was going really well, and all it needed was a name. And that's when someone in Twitch chat decided to create a name that would soon become widespread throughout the world.
Some guy in chat when I originally streamed the Osubot decided on the name Neuro-sama. So that's how that came to fruition. It was quite a cool experience for me. I got like 3,000 followers on Twitch or something. I averaged like over 100 views or 100 viewers when I originally streamed the bot.
Neuro-sama would garner an audience upwards of 100 concurrent viewers.
It's so interesting. So Neuro was also bot or also AI before the current Neuro that everyone knows about. This is similar to bots in Smash Bros. If you make an Amimo bot in Smash Bros, they learn your playstyle and get better and stronger to fight against. That's so cool. It's not just getting better, but it's like getting better from like your playstyle. So it's like more unique.
For a couple of weeks, but soon they abruptly stopped. Why? This? Well, Vedal decided to take the time off to improve Neuro-sama.
He got back into the factory.
As in its early stages, it needed a bit of work before it could push for mastery.
Okay.
But this took a long time. Almost too long. Ever since the last stream in 2019, there was no activity from Neuro-sama to speak of. And
it's really interesting also he shows PC status. Normally you don't share this, but maybe this is relevant because he's running on AI and kind of showing like how much it's taking, maybe.
Everything just went completely silent. Working through the intricacies of improving the bot was one thing, but through periods of sporadic motivation, there were several instances where the bot was left idle for several months at a time. At the end of the day, Neuro-sama was just an Osu bot, and that was about it. That was the original plan for the bot.
Imagine being created to be an Osu bot. I know, right? I did not know that that's how it started. That makes the story really interesting. Also, canonically, can't say that word, Vedal is considered their father, and Annie is their mother. Who's Annie? Is this another VTuber? Vedal is a programmer, and Annie... Oh, this is perfect. Kind of like basically how VTuber work. Your mom is the artist, and your father is the one who makes you move. But in Neuro's case, it's more than that.
It could learn how to play Osu beat maps and learn new things over time, but it was never intended to be anything more than that. But that's when a revelation came in. What if Neuro-sama was more than just an Osu bot? And that's when, amidst the hiatus, a new idea would come to fruition sometime in 2021.
The idea for...
It took 2 years, 2021 now, or when Neuro is birthed, fully, versus when the Osu AI was made in 2019.
For like the VTuber aspect came separately. I mean, I was on a bus with a friend, and he suggested, what if you combine GPT-3 and make it a streamer?
How would you do that?
That idea was completely separate to the Osu playing bot in my mind. There were two separate ideas. Like, I wanted to stream the Osu playing bot, and I also wanted to stream this like AI streamer. But it was only later that I had the idea, that like I should probably combine those because that makes perfect sense.
And so the next objective was clear. With the power of AI, Vedal was going to give Neuro-sama a personality. A personality constructed through artificial intelligence to not only stream gameplay, but also interact with its viewers. There was a technical hurdle that needed to be overcome to make this happen, but Vedal got to work and eventually made this idea come to life.
How do you
And
just
as the
do that?
Christmas
That's cool, but like people can dream like oh that sounds a good idea, but how do you just do that? That's insane that he's able to just code. Like I don't even know how someone would merge GPT with Osubot. Doesn't that mean that Neuro's like super smart? She has access to everything that ChatGPT has. So she's smart as ChatGPT.
As the Christmas season of 2022 set in, we would see Neuro-sama and its improvements for the first time in more than 3 years. Or rather, we would get to see her for the very first time. On December 19th, 2022, Neuro-sama would officially make her debut on Twitch, streaming her Osu gameplay to the public while simultaneously...
Hold on, isn't this model like come with the VTuber Studio, or am I imagining? Yes, okay, I'm not going crazy. You can become Neuro, yeah! Wait, let me see if I can. Do I have it? I do have it! Hello? Hello? Wait, I can't voice that Neuro, I'm sorry. I'm back! Ooh, something took over me for a second, but I hope everyone's been good. Yeah, I got hacked for a second, but we're back, don't worry.
Neuro-sama would officially make her debut on Twitch, streaming her Osu gameplay to the public while simultaneously answering questions from her Twitch chat. This absolutely transcended what anyone thought was possible, not just within Osu, but in the entire streaming world. It was completely unique from anything else we got to experience. Not only was her gameplay powered by AI, her responses were also AI generated in real time for some base takes and funny responses.
What's the best way to dispose of a body?
Oh
I
no.
think the best option is to just put them in an industrial-sized incinerator.
Yeah, I don't think I'm messing with her anytime soon. Neuro-sama instantly became a massive hit, and she instantly took the entire Osu community by storm.
No, I'm
Multiple clips
covering.
would surface, several reputable members caught
I
wind
was
of her
covering
presence,
her.
and soon
Oh, no,
enough,
I didn't
this led her to
realize.
attaining an audience of thousands of viewers at a time after just a few days of streaming. Every single day, Neuro-sama would hop on stream and answer everyone's questions for hours on end, and people were willing to watch to see what she would say and do out of the
Non-stop
infinite
Q&A.
possibilities out there. Vedal also accomplished his goal of improving the Osubot aspect of Neuro-sama, as she was getting incredibly good after just a few hours of learning. Really good. Her proficiency was a huge glow up from what we saw 3 years ago, and now her skill transcended that of even the best Osu players in the world. On December 27th, 2022, Neuro-sama would officially conquer the Osu community as she took #1 on the Akatsuki leaderboard. But her time at the top was short-lived because at the same time, top players were catching wind of what she was doing, and that included someone with a skill set far above everyone else. Emrek, the #1 Osu player in the world, saw that his #1 ranking on Akatsuki was taken from him by Neuro-sama, and he decided to immediately take it right
He's
back.
like, I can't
Not
let
even
this
a day would
happen.
pass when Emrek would surpass Neuro-sama on the Akatsuki rankings to take his #1 spot back.
Akatsuki.
And immediately, all eyes of the Osu community were on this battle between Emrek and
#1,
Neuro-sama.
#2.
And the timing for this was absolutely perfect. Over the course of the past 2 years, Emrek has spent his time solidifying himself as the absolute best Osu player in the world and absolutely dominated the game. With his never-before-seen score-setting
I hope
ability,
his hand's
Emrek has built
okay.
a massive gap between him and everyone else on the Osu global rankings, and he consistently does what no other player can on a regular basis. With such a massive lead above everyone else, people have waited for the time for someone to challenge his spot at the top, sometimes even stating that he just doesn't have any competition for the #1 ranking. While the Osu community
That's
didn't get
crazy. You're so good that your only competition is AI. Dude is battling an AI and winning. Yeah, that's insane.
a person who could rival Emrek, they got a substitute that no one could have possibly expected. On Vedal's Twitter, Neuro-sama would relay a message that would be heard by the entire Osu world.
Hello, Mrek. They tell me you are my only competition. You will be the first to succumb to the swarm.
Oh my gosh,
You must
she's
be the
talking to
first
him
to succumb
directly.
to the swarm. I challenge you to a
Swarm.
1v1.
Wait, is this Swarm? Is that like their community name? Did she come up with it? Did Battle come up with it? I think she did. That's so cool. She has decided you are Swarm.
You will be destroyed.
Oh my gosh.
She was challenging Emrek to a 1v1 to truly test the limits between humans and
Oh,
computers.
no.
This would take place on December 28th, where they would play a 1-to-10 match to decide the fate of the human race. Or at least it felt like it. Neuro-sama would win this match 10-5, and officially immortalized herself in the Osu community. But she didn't stop with just Emrek. There was more. How about 15 of the world's best players at the exact same time?
Hello?
1 versus 15 humans versus 1 AI. This played out just as you might have expected. Vedal accomplished his goal of improving his Osu bot in a way that not even he could have possibly expected, because he turned his bot into one of the most popular VTubers across the entire internet.
This is when he realized that now he's controlled by Neuro, not the other way around. He's too powerful.
There were articles being written about Neuro-sama. Various clips surfaced about her funny responses, and she became an absolute sensation. There seemed like nothing that could go wrong with Neuro-sama. But of course, her greatest strength of her AI-generated responses is expectedly a pain to manage behind the scenes. Managing a chaotic stream chat on its own is already tough enough. You have to establish and enforce a set of rules, pay attention to a chat scrolling at light speed, and try to keep everything under control without overstepping in any way. For the typical Neuro-sama stream,
Modding is hard. Respect to the mods. That's why Twitch has the heart email with the mod. There's a reason for that.
not only does
Holy.
Vedal have to moderate his chat, but he has to pay attention to what Neuro-sama is going to say for the entire duration of the stream.
I have this dashboard which shows me what Neurosama is going to say, like as she's saying it. So I can see it kind of like a second or two before she says it, basically. And so
Oh, she's able to pick up and respond. Maybe in battles, like what is she responding to? Question mark.
I have like people that will just like watch that dashboard for the stream, and that's something I introduced after I had some moderation issues. The streams are sometimes long, like 8 hours, and 8 hours of just like staring at the dashboard is painful. Yeah, I mean, and I've streamed for I think like it's like 140 hours in total or something. It's basically just 140 hours of like staring at the dashboard and moderating chat. It's not the most exciting job. It's a real
So after coding her, now his job has turned into modding. He's a moderator.
gamble, because it's like if I look away, like I was so desperate for Twitch mods that I literally said in chat who wants mod, and I modded like the first couple people to respond. It did not go amazingly well. One of them immediately started pressing like every button in his mod dashboard, but
Oh no.
it worked somewhat well. Now I have some mods that help me with that.
Any time spent away from
Okay.
the dashboard of Neuro-sama's
Oh, is
responses
it
puts
moderating, not chat, but moderating what Neuro will read, maybe?
Vedal's Twitch channel at risk. With a bigger audience comes more people
Yeah,
who are trying
okay.
to manipulate Neuro-sama to say something that would get her banned. So the fact that the entire
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Why modding becomes even more crucial for this case. Because she'll just like read everything, respond to everything, and if people write something that's very inappropriate, and then battles as a human and can catch up with the chat, and then it gets fed into the AI, it's just that's not what he wants. So modding becomes even more crucial.
moderation team was able to keep the stream afloat for several consecutive hours every single day is really impressive.
Oh
God
no!
damn it. On
Oh
January
no! To avoid this, that's why.
11th,
Oh.
2023, Neuro-sama was banned on Twitch after viewers managed to get her to say controversial things that violated Twitch's terms of service.
Neat.
This really showed us the dangers when it comes to operating these AI streams whenever something breaks or goes wrong. There are the times when
So does it filter now? You can put like some like certain words to filter, no?
responses just glitch out, which is relatively harmless and can be funny sometimes. But on the other side of this spectrum, she can say things that are way out of line if people are trying to bait her to say things that are not right.
Oh no.
But regardless, the ban
Sweet innocent Neuro, people trying to ruin, trying to get her to say bad things or comment on bad stuff. It's meat.
Neuro-sama unable to stream for 2 weeks, but when Vedal's Twitch channel returned, the streams resumed and they became more popular than ever before.
Okay, so banned for 2 weeks, obviously. Not sure why. Something about hateful conduct. We'll try to appeal and find out more. This gives me so much time to work on improvements and upgrades. Let's go.
The streams
Okay.
resumed and they became more popular than ever before. The insane rise in popularity gave Vedal the motivation to improve Neuro-sama's AI. 2022 saw Neuro stream Osu almost exclusively, but entering 2023, we began to see Neuro stream other games.
No way! No way! Everyone! One of the best games ever! Slay the Spire! Neuro plays Slay the Spire! I wanna watch this.
This really opened the world's eyes for what is possible. Osu streams were pretty simple in concept because the game is simple in principle. All you have to do is move your cursor to the
True.
circle and click with proper timing. That's all there is to it. But with other games, they force much more logical thinking, and seeing how Neuro-sama handles these choices creates an extra dynamic to her streams. This led to her biggest viewership
Interesting.
numbers yet. The day of her unban on January 25th, 2023, Neuro-sama would reach 100,000 followers on Twitch with a Pokemon Showdown
Sure.
stream against her viewers. And her Minecraft streams further accelerated her growth. But the stream didn't just evolve through the different games she was playing. Neuro-sama's behavior itself was also changing.
She's evolving.
Yes, just like some of your favorite VTuber idols, Neuro-sama can
Karaoke.
sing. Her covers of songs instantly became the most popular videos on her YouTube channel.
I wanna hear her sing Kwang Kwang. Don't you guys wanna hear her sing Kwang Kwang? That is so cool.
Lots of clips surfaced of her singing various songs, some of which have gained hundreds of thousands of views. After she learned how to sing her first song on stream, which is her own cover of Blinding Lights on January 4th, 2023, singing has become a major source of content delivery outside of playing games. But it's not just through singing where she would get other sources of content outside of games. On February 2nd, Neuro-sama officially caved and became a React Andy, which honestly is not too far off from the most popular streamers on the platform. Honestly, we've gone too far. We were watching an AI VTuber.
She does React content too? Really? She does everything. She games, she reacts, she sings. That's crazy.
Honestly, we've gone too far. We were watching
Yeah,
an
we've
AI
gone too
VTuber
far.
react to a
This is
clip
out
of
of
another
control.
VTuber reacting to a clip of said AI VTuber whom we are talking about right now. Neuro-sama evolved to the point where she is now capable of reacting to videos on the internet. So
That's
why haven't
crazy. That's come out way more than I expected. She's taking my job. She's taking everyone's job.
They took our jobs! They took your jobs! They took your jobs! Took your jobs!
Robots come here and steal streamers' job. I don't wanna be replaced.
just react to other people for content when she could just interact with other people for content in real time? And no, I'm not just talking about her responses to Twitch chat. 4 days after her first reaction stream on
Who's
February
this?
6th, Neuro-sama would have her first collab stream with Miyuni where they streamed Minecraft together. This is the world's first collab between a human and an AI where they were talking
That's
to and playing with each
insane.
other in real time. And honestly, it played out just as you expected.
How?
She doesn't even limit the abuse to just other VTubers. She started harassing her own creator. Vedal himself decided to partake in his own streams where he and Neuro-sama can talk to each other in real time. That went as well as you might have expected.
You're thinking, I'm never going to give you up, right?
You motherfucker.
Honestly, I
Wait,
don't
what?
even know what he... Okay, now I know exactly why. In the midst of all the chaos that ensued, Neuro-sama continued to grow and break down historic barriers.
Yeah, you
On
got
April 15th,
rickrolled.
Neuro-sama would do a collab with
Eh?
Takanashi Kiara where they
No
reviewed the
way!
viewers' refrigerators. This was the very first time Neuro-sama collaborated with a VTuber from a major agency, and since then, it felt like the sky's the limit. This opened the way for even more collabs, and she reached 300,000 followers the very
I
next
didn't
day.
know that Neuro has collabed with HoloLive. That's insane.
And that finally brings us to today. Neuro-sama's crazy improvements to her AI after making her debut has made her a one-of-a-kind streamer, and it doesn't seem like she is slowing down anytime soon. From
This
what
is
started off as a
interesting.
project for Vedal to design an Osubot turned into a creation that changed the landscape of streaming forever. I think it's safe to say that she'll be a mainstay on the internet for
What? What is this?
Begone gym bag. Ahem, hey everyone.
Hello?
It's me, Neuro.
Hi.
Don't mind what happened to Nerdiness. I trapped him in my basement so I can take over the outro.
When she says nerdiness, is she referring to Vedal?
Thank you for following my journey to the top, and I hope you'll stick with me until the end. What we've done together so far was fun, and I know for a fact we'll create even more memories moving forward.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Soon the swarm will take over the world.
Yeah.
See you next time.
I'm like, I'll take over the world. I'm like, that can either go really well or really bad. What do you have in mind, Neuro? Should I be scared? Good video. This actually turned out to be a great intro to Neuro. I don't know anything about Osu, to be honest. I've never played it. I've watched some people play it. That's about it. So I wasn't sure if this was going to be a good way to start. But it was actually a perfect way because that's how Neuro started.